like we'll be working together. What's this, your first real case?
Technically, yes, but I have seen a lot of cop shows, so I am more than prepared.
Well, let's hope so, because we have a murder case to solve.
Oh, excellent! What do we have so far?
7 pieces of evidence and some witnesses to fill in the blanks. We'll be retracing the victim's footsteps over the last week to get a clearer idea of exactly what happened here.
Oh, we are going to be an unstoppable team.
What makes you say that?
Because we are the perfect match of the old grizzled veteran and the young rookie who's going to prove himself to be keen and observant.
Don't get so far ahead of yourself, rookie. Let's go. Here's our first witness. Sir, we have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
A friend of yours is dead and we need to know what happened.
What can you tell us about the deceased? A Jesus of Nazareth. His last name was of Nazareth?
Look, I'm gonna give it to you straight, kids. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Jesus. You see, a few days ago, I was dead.
Excuse me?
Oh, this is so perfect! Our first case together, and we've got a supernatural phenomenon, just like on The X-Files. So, let me guess. The aliens abducted you and extracted your DNA?
Pull it! Go on.
Look, I don't know how to explain this, but I got really sick, and then I died. And then all of a sudden, it got dark. And I heard this voice, Lazarus, come forward. And I walked out of the tomb, and I was there 4 days. And Jesus, well, he came, and he woke me up.
He woke you up from the dead?
From the dead.
This isn't about people rising from the dead, okay? This is about Jesus and why he's dead right now.
Yeah, what do you know about that, zombie man?
Look, here's your evidence. Jesus cared about me, and he sat at this very table with my sisters and ate. And when I died, he wept, and he brought me back to life. And if that's not friendship, I don't know what is.
Well, clearly you haven't seen Starsky and Hutch.
I think we have all we need from this guy. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Sir, is your name Peter?
Yes.
Looks like you have some close interactions with the deceased.
Well, I didn't know Jesus until about 3 years ago. I was just a fisherman who was so shy I rarely took any chances. But when he said, drop your nets and follow me, well, curiosity got the best of me, so I went.
Wait, you followed someone you just met? Haven't you ever seen a Lifetime movie?
Knock it off. About this peculiar piece of evidence here, how does this tie in with your story?
Oh, well, people would take these branches and would wave them at us as we went into the city, shouting Hosanna to welcome us.
Whoa, whoa. I've seen CSI. I know how this works. Anything can be used as a murder weapon. It was Peter in the street with the palm branch.
Back off, rookie. The branch isn't a weapon. So, what made this Jesus guy so special?
Well, on the one hand, you had miracles and healings, but more importantly, he inspired me to have a boldness I never knew I had. He inspired regular people like me to be part of something big.
Something big. So there is a conspiracy. What is the government hiding?
Let's move on to our next witness.
I'm watching you.
And this one is a street vendor from Jerusalem with a little bit more violent of a connection than a branch. This was found near her cart.
Oh, this is perfect. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes?
Really? Is this yours?
Mine? Absolutely not. Why would I need a whip to sell my merchandise? Jesus was the one with the whip.
Oh, like we're supposed to believe that Jesus is Indiana Jones. It all makes sense.
Let her talk.
Well, apparently the guy has something against making an honest buck. There I was in the temple with all the other vendors minding my own business, and Jesus came in ranting and raving about his Father's house, kicking over tables, screaming and yelling. He even used this to make me move my horse.
He used the whip on the nene?
You got it. And here I was thinking Jesus was this peace-loving hippie. Well, he's got quite a temper, I tell ya. And those people in charge aren't too happy about it.
What do you mean?
Well, those religious leaders, they want him gone.
Oh yeah, and what about you?
Me? I just want him to stay out of my business.
Did someone order up some crime rib? Because I'm about to whip some up. Yeah!
Put that down! We're going to follow that lead and see what our resident religious leader has to say.
I was wondering when you were going to come see me. I'm sure I can assist you on your quest to find what you're looking for.
You know who took all of my left socks?
No, but I assume you have questions about this Jesus fellow?
Well, technically, yes, but the sock thief is still out there. And one of these days, I'm gonna find him.
Tell us about your close interactions with Jesus.
Well, I do my best to respect my fellow teachers, but I have theological reservations about people breaking the laws of Scripture, especially those who interfere with the Big Ten.
Well, technically, I'm more of a Pac-12 guy myself.
Rookie, the 10 Commandments.
Oh.
Not only did Jesus labor on the Sabbath, he even attempted to reinterpret the local laws. Who does he think he is that he could change how people view the traditional scriptures? And that's not the most detestable part of it.
Give us the juicy details.
He claims to be the Son of God, and he even went so far as to pardon people of their sins. Only God can do that, which would make Jesus a liar.
Or maybe he's crazy.
Or maybe he's right.
So, who's our next witness?
Be nice to this one, Rookie. She's young.
Oh, they're never too young for the old good cop, bad cop routine.
Yes, we have a couple questions for you.
Where were you on Thursday night? I said, where were you on Thursday night? I'm getting nowhere with this one.
Oh, you think so? Tell us what you know about Jesus.
Well, he was really confusing. I mean, I don't think he knows how things, work.
What do you mean?
Well, it's my job to wash people's feet as they come into the house. But Jesus wouldn't let me do it. He wanted to wash his friends' feet himself.
He washed their feet?
Yeah, they were busy arguing about who was the greatest. He's this respected teacher, but he insisted on doing the servant's job. I don't get it.
So you saw him interact with his closest friends. Did anybody say anything fishy?
I bet the fisherman did.
Did anybody act guilty?
Well, it's hard to say. They all promised they'd follow him anywhere, but they didn't.
Oh.
Later, when I saw Jesus getting arrested in the garden, they all scattered.
So his closest friends deserted him? So it was an inside job.
Jesus never did anything wrong. He lived to serve everyone, and we all abandoned him. Anyone who allowed this to happen is guilty.
This is a bigger conspiracy than fat-free margarine.
Focus, Rookie. Now this next witness, she actually claims to have been there when Jesus died.
I was there, all right. Thousands of us were there. Crowds followed him. One day, we were welcoming him into the city, and a few days later, those very same people were shouting to have him killed. Then we stood and watched while he was being killed.
A person's last words can say a lot. Do you remember what he said in those last moments?
I remember him saying, "Father, forgive them." Then they used this to nail him to the cross.
Why'd you keep the spike? A little suspicious, don't you think?
I picked it up and kept it because I was overwhelmed by what Jesus did. He was beaten and bleeding and dying, and yet he was still able to show love all the way up to the very end of his life.
Well, that's it. We just have to find the soldier who used this and nail him. Case closed.
Not so fast, Sherlock. We still have one more witness. Are you ready to take the lead on this one?
You got it. So, you're one of the 12, the chosen few, the inner circle.
Yeah. I was one of them, all right? There's a lot more going on here than you realize. I mean, the answer's been right in front of you the whole time.
What do you mean? You! I knew it!
No, not her. Everyone. I mean, we all knew who Jesus was, but I don't think anybody really knew him.
Wait, you're Judas Iscariot.
Yep.
You handled the money purse for Jesus and his friends.
Yeah, that's right. I kept waiting for him to start a revolution, but I don't know. I think I might have misunderstood his mission. I mean, everybody did. We all have a story, a moment with the master, but I don't think anybody really understood what he was up to.
Well, that was our final witness.
but they all had such different interpretations of who Jesus was.
He was a friend.
He was an inspiration.
He was a troublemaker.
He was a rebel.
He was a servant.
He was forgiving.
He was misunderstood.
So what now? Who do we arrest?
No one.
Oh, come on. I want to throw someone in the slammer.
Rookie, we had this case all wrong. It's not about what they did to him. It's about what he did for them and all of us.
So that's it? It's a dead end?
No. The investigation is just beginning.